Welcome back, everybody. It's Everybody Loves Juju 1 2 Talk Soups. I'm your host, Juju. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and others, and they. Great news, more news from the Lady Trojans. What I love about what I love about the women of Troy is that um, we continue to fight on. We continue to be in the news, continue to be relevant in women's basketball today without our star, superstar Juju Watkins. Her motion is incredible. She did a whole, NBA All Star Juju Watkins was out and about, um, in the mix of celebrities, in the mix of Q&As, interviews. She did something with Player Society with Cheryl Miller, Saniyah Lathan, Omar Epps, the Player Society creator and entrepreneur. Um, Before that, she launched her shoe in the city of Watts called Watts Made, the silver shoe edition of Next Generation LeBron GT. And let me tell you, I've seen them. The whole team wore them in the for the first time, and they won at home, and they look clean on the court. You have to see these shoes. You have to see these shoes. They were available at the Nike store in Watts. She brought it. She wants to bring, not only, she's thinking economically, but she's also not forgetting where she comes from. And she's trying to draw traffic into Watts, which I thought was so darn cool. And it's just a preview. It's just a practice of her very own signature edition when it's time to do that. Remember, she signed a multi uh, level extension with Nike shoes, and worth a lot of money. Undisclosed what it is, but it does say that she is one of the top uh, athletes in sports, women's sports, to be, um, to have their own shoe deal. And she was signed in high school, so the extension came in college because she more than enough before the injury proved who she was and what her worth is. And then moving on, as you know, from the slam cover behind me, Juju was on the slam cover to her freshman year. Now we have Saniyah Hall, who hasn't even stepped foot on a Galen court, but in her own right has established herself as a number one recruit in the country in high school, has her very own slam cover, and now today, if you don't know, now you know, Jazzy Davidson has opened up with her first slam cover, U19, and it's cold. Yeah, Jazzy Davidson. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. New slam digital cover dropped February 18th, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Western. And it says the freshman phenom Jazzy Davidson is bringing rhythm, confidence, a new heartbeat to USC from Oregon roots to Hollywood lights. She's finding her stride, owning the floor on both ends. Jazzy Davidson covers Slam U19. Jazzy Davidson, West Side Groove. I call her smooth jazz, quiet storm. And if you know, maybe you don't. It might be a radio station from where I partially grew up in the Bay Area, and used to be quiet storm, smooth jazz. And the way every time I think of Jazzy and I think about her style of play and how smooth she is and how she plays like at a rhythm and her own pace, that I think of like, and then she got the name Jazz, Jasmine Jazz. So everybody does a lot of their own play on words. That's mine, smooth jazz, quiet storm, because she's a quiet assassin. She's a quiet storm on the court. If you haven't seen her play, you gotta go see her play, man. She's like just so lanky with it and long, and that's what I love about the Trojans. Our guards, um, our guards are very lengthy and long and agile, and that height disrupts a lot of guards that are normally 5'6", 5'8", 5'9", like myself. And so, yeah. Good morning, Cheetah. How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, check out the slam cover. Um, I think I'm gonna make a backdrop for jazz for the next time that we come up. This Thursday we play Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's at the Galen Center before we go on a road trip. So right now, everybody's gearing up. Bracketologies are coming out and they're changing and they're having to be updated. Uh, as we're closing in on regular season. Um, with that being said, there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the SEC that I guess certain people are going to be going through their gauntlet late. I think we've gone through our gauntlet, but unfortunately, we went through a patch without Kennedy Smith that kind of like, I was really proud of how they fought. I was really proud of how they played. All it told me was without Kennedy and as close as we were in score, I was like, oh my God, with Kid Dog, oh that's gonna make a difference. But yeah, you like the magazine Chicago? I love it. I got a t-shirt. You know me, I'm gonna jump on the merch real quick. It's always important to get like the first of everything that an athlete does, especially when you know that athlete has a trajectory. I mean, I'm looking at what Jazzy definitely has earned it. And like RC said, what's up, RC? Jazzy grooves. Yes, a big game against Wisconsin. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, if they play their game strategically, if we go out and we do what we need to do, that should be easy win, an easy win for us. So yeah, we're climbing, and that's one of the things I did want to talk about. Like it's just, in the very beginning of the season without Juju, I pretty much looked at what we had. I knew about Jazzy, and I knew about Kara, and I know about London, and I know about Ken Dog, and I know about Malia, and I knew little about Kaya. Maybe I remember Viv from last year, not much playing time. Laura, redshirt freshman. I knew what this team was capable based on what our conference and based on the schedule that we were going to play and how much experience we were going to get. That schedule was designed for having Juju Watkins in mind. And so it was pretty tough. 1 second. And so with that said, I knew when I looked at them, I'm not going to lie, I said, we should be, what surprised me, which was great, was how high North Carolina State was. And when we knocked North Carolina State off. And so when that happened, knocking off an 8th ranked team, I think we got ranked pretty highly, a little bit too fast, right? Because I wanted it to be a gradual move to the top. And I knew we were like a mid right there in the middle. I knew we could be ranked as high as 10 at some point, but I knew I wanted us to be right there, like at the top 16. And my projection was like, be right there competitive in the top 16. And then when you get into your bracket, whatever bracket you're in, take yourself back to the Elite 8. Because as we know, the top 4, 5, 6 teams right now, they're kind of like interchangeable. They're pretty solid. We don't have everything that we need and everything we're going to have necessarily to compete with them. Okay. But coming out with this year's squad, I think Coach Gottlieb and the staff really could get these girls to make the Sweet 16. At some point, I know it looks like, oh my goodness, you guys are you going to make the bubble? Are you even going to make the tournament? I heard it all. I was like, oh my God, you have little faith. You have little faith. So look at Ohio State right now. The Chicago said Ohio State also blow a 19-point lead to Maryland, which Maryland I watched in person, and we didn't have Ken Dog. And that game was like we were ahead. And, they came storming back. I think I hate to say it, the refs helped them a bit. Um, we could not make that key jump at the end that we would have had Kennedy had been there. Um, so I wasn't really like when I saw Maryland, I wasn't impressed. They just look really like they're missing pieces, Michael. They don't look. Um, they weren't fully healthy. They just didn't look healthy. They didn't look like they were well put together. So when I saw them, I said, "Oh, they're no different than we are. Like, why can't we beat them?" Yeah, and that's how. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see how they blew a 19-point lead and lost by 2. Yeah, you know, Coach Freeze, she knows what to do. She's like Lindsay. She can work with less. She can get out there and she'll pull people from the bench she didn't even know you had this she had, and they just find a way to win, or they improve um, in their tactics and their scheming. Um, Puffenberger, Yardon Garzon, Oluchi Okanawa started to improve in some ways. I felt like she was a little Michaela Blake's, a little track star with that needed a pull up game, needed a hezzy, needed a in and out dribble. I wanted to see more from her and her development, and it's coming. RC, what you say? You've been feeling like it's hard to make any tournament with more than 13 losses and a bad conference record. Got to have less than 13 and a good conference. 13 losses, more than 13. Who has at least 13 losses that you feel like should be in the tournament? That's a lot of losses. 13 losses between non-conference and regular season. You shouldn't be in the tournament with 13 losses. Oh, explain a little bit more on that for me. Um, let's see. So yeah, I'm feeling optimistic. I really am. I'm feeling very optimistic, guys. I've always felt that we should be a top 13 team. 16. And so that would get me going. That would get me going. Um, Doing well in the tournament, ending on a high note, seeing the silver lining, and being right, RC. Seeing the silver lining and in the development and the evolution of the players of this team. I look forward to adding more pieces, the pieces that we all know that are coming. Juju, Saniyah, Taya, and I'm sure Coach Gottlieb has something in mind to bring on in. Um, what everybody is hollering about we need. I don't necessarily need a point guard, but hey, we got a vet point guard. That'd be great. But a nice, good big to go along with Taya would be excellent. And I know that it's going to be seriously competitive, and we're going to be right there in the midst of it all, like right there in the top 3. Um, so it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, just the way it is now, battling back and forth. But I just thought it was funny, not funny, but curious. I just interesting that Galvan, with all due respect, very efficient player, very gritty, gutty player, good compliment to Michaela Blake's. But I think they put too much attention on her. Media, fans, the discussion, put her on the scouting report. And once they did that, she was doubled, and she had to face things that she hadn't faced it. So let's see how Shea, adapts to that. So I think what makes USC special this year, and I know it will continue next year, believe it or not, is that you know, rather than relying on a transcendent player, we're more like we have multiple scoring going on. Right now we have a good solid three. Sometimes in a game we got a good solid two. But when we're really cooking, like we were against Iowa to knock the number 8 Iowa down, we were cooking like on all four cylinders. London, Kara, Jazzy, Kennedy. That's great Trojan basketball. I think the decision making when those four are on the floor is just amazing. It's really like good to see you, Bree Minor. What's happening? What would be Chicago? That's a great question. Michaela's supposed to have the damn basketball in closing moments of the game. Let her create or take the shot. Game was nuts. A, a, a. I like the game against Georgia because I think Georgia is the type of team that can get you, can get anybody, can get you. I mean, they want it, and they want it bad. I mean, that just speaks. They are what speaks to the competitiveness in the SEC. Teams like Georgia, teams like Ole Miss, something that you know, you can't sleep on them at all. You have to come ready to play. I'm gonna tell you that right now. What's up, Bree? Minor. Chicago says, what do you think about the way the Georgia Vanderbilt game went? I just feel like RC is talking about it now. He felt like that Michaela should have had the ball on the closing. I don't think you should force trying to get her the ball. I think you have enough on the court to you know, to let, to create something that would open it up for her if it's available. But you got to trust your other players. You got to trust Passat. You got to trust Galvan. You got to, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more than just Michaela. But you're probably right. The ball maybe should have found its way back to her, and then she goes, from there. I mean, it's just like Juju, like her freshman year, like Mackenzie Ford was her way out last year. Kiki was her our other option, as well as like our freshman. Um, you have to have someone like, whether Michaela becomes the decoy or the gravity, that opens it up for other players, but those other players have to be ready to step up and to score. But my thing is, what defensive scheme was Vanderbilt even playing to allow Georgia to be that close? Now, one thing that's kept USC in the money and has us in Chicago, we're 7th seed right now, right, RC? And in the bracketology, possibly being in Sacramento, possibly a location that I could get to. In our bracket in Sacramento, the number one or two seed, number 2 seed, number 2 seed is Vanderbilt, and I hate that. I hate that we would have to face Vanderbilt, because it would have been great to see the great Juju Watkins and versus Michaela Blakes, and instead, they want to create the Jazzy Aubrey Galvin thing, and they don't want to go there. Whether we obviously, if we're 7th and they're 2nd, they're supposed to win out, right? We meet them after we beat a team, and then meet Vanderbilt, right? But you don't want to see the comparison between Jazzy and Aubrey. Or all due respect to Aubrey, Jazzy Davidson is go gadget to me. She's all everything, and they're both freshmen, so it'll be a new experience and bright lights for both of them. So I think it could be something that's what's up, Groovy. I think that could be an exciting game to watch, but it's going to be some people might be surprised, because the Trojans could walk away shocking everybody. So they've never played defense. They've just been beating people up and forcing turnovers, because they're 200 and something in defensive rating. Who was that? Oh, was I talking about Vanderbilt? If they're not going to play defense, then if you're talking about Vanderbilt, I kind of could believe that because they're the type of team that like they'll score a bunch of points, but so will you. You know, you guys are tied with teams at 9-6 conference record, right? The last time I looked, I thought it said 8-6, and somebody else was 9-6. And then today, tomorrow, I was thinking, oh, maybe that's how we'll end up 9-6. But we're very capable. That's one thing I will say. Um, we're very capable of surprising some people. I think if if I were a betting person, I would know that USC is a very dangerous team because uh, it's like we bent the curve, turned the corner, and became what we always thought we were supposed to be. Right now, we just got to get find that sweet spot um, for London so that she doesn't have to press. You feel me? If you watch the games, like I love when London like shoots that dagger when we need it, and it just keeps, it keeps us like flowing. It keeps the rhythm going that we've established early on. Drew, I want y'all to play us as in Oklahoma so we can see Jazzy. Oh, Jazzy versus Chavez. But see the thing is you can see Jazzy versus Chavez. I think they each time they were like on the same team, if I'm not mistaken, like last summer, right? I don't think they've ever played against each other. I think that's why they have it where Galvan wasn't ranked, believe it or not. Aubrey wasn't ranked. She's a surprise to everybody except for those who are from Chicago or Illinois that knows her. What I love about this team is we have more ball movement. We share in scoring. Uh, our defense continues, which is a Trojan way to create our offense. Um, so we have less isolation, because we play a read and react offense, right? So it's not this isn't last year's USC. It's a little bit it's more balanced, and because of the balance, it can be very scary in March. I think I've noticed Jazzy becoming more efficient in her scoring. She faces more defensive attention from the opponent, um, but we're moving the ball so quickly out of her hands into someone else's hands that you really can't like double her as much as you could in earlier. She's just like Juju. You give her single coverage, she's lethal. You leave her, you try to double her, yeah, it makes it a lot more difficult. But um, she makes really wise decisions with the ball. JJ, what's happening? Good morning. We have the tiebreaker over Washington, and we'll move up once we beat Wisconsin, and then Ohio State and Penn State. Okay, right. I like London. She has a nice bag. Right, Bree. I don't believe in Washington or Ohio State like that, JJ. And salute. Oklahoma versus the Trojans would be a nice round, but I don't see that happening. Now, right now, we're not even in that bracket. I got to look at it again. Somebody can look at it, but like, let's imagine we get out of the bracket that they have. Let's say this is the bracket and it stays that way, and so we're seventh, right? And then we get to face, and I guess it would be the second round. Uh, Vanderbilt, and so we have an upset game. So then I have to look at the next bracket, like, okay, well, who would we face the winner of that particular one? And I don't remember if it's Oklahoma. I don't have it in front of me, guys. With the Wisconsin tomorrow we Wisconsin's going to try to slow us down. That's how Big Ten basketball does. They want to slow the tempo. They want to make it a half court game. They're pretty big. I saw them. They want to force, they want to contest our outside shot. And of course, everybody wants to limit our transition because, we're going to kill you on that transition. So here's some key things that I want to see from USC tomorrow. We want to turn defense into transition like we always do. We want to win on the boards. I love how Laura Williams has been boarding. If you haven't watched her, the young woman is grabbing 8 to 9 boards in the last few games. We want to attack the defense. What I love when we attack the defense before it sets up, that's my favorite thing. It's like when we take off, like Jazzy will grab it out the rim, Laura, Ken, Leah, whoever, that London, grab it out the rim, get down the court before they have a chance to set up. Boom. Control the pace. Don't rush. Jay will tell you, we'll be telling London at the game, hold it, because everybody knows when she wants to shoot it. We can see it. We're like, wait, no. Give that team perimeter pressure. We want some paint touches, kick out, rebound, repeat. That's Trojan basketball. Okay. Jay said, I feel the same. Ohio would fold like they did last season, RC. That's why Cody transferred out immediately after that game against Tennessee, I believe. But you saw, what? That if that's true, Jay, that makes sense why she went the heck off. Cody McNabb, Ole Miss, only top 25 game on yesterday. 39 points. I think that left a bad taste in her mouth, Jay. That's a good call out. That's good. Good basketball, Jay. She got her get back yesterday against Tennessee, and as everybody saw, I don't know what was on the mind of Coach Caldwell. I don't have any recollection in my memory of a coach barely shaking another coach's hand. I'm sure it happens. I'm talking about over the spans that I've been watching basketball, 40-something, maybe 50 years, and almost 50 years. I've never seen that. But what comes to mind when I think of a coach that would do that, I think of Muffet, McGraw, maybe Gino and Pat. But Pat's so classy, I don't know. I know Muffet could not stand him. I think the Oregon coach used to be a hothead too. Oh my God, back in the day. Crazy man. You haven't seen Wisconsin a lick this season? No, it's nothing. You haven't missed anything really. They beat some good teams. They did, and they lost some interesting teams, really. Okay, so they're one of those teams, Chicago. I've seen them. I've been waiting. You've been waiting for Cody to go off. You've been waiting for Cody to go off. Cody had nothing against her. She's just not one. I root for her as a young woman, a young lady. I love getting to understand her story about PCOS. I think that awareness. I think that was excellent for her to share that, because I've tried to share things like the difference between men and women's basketball. I've tried to open up, regardless of my mixed audience, and explain to you the differences in our makeup and our body and the things that we deal with as athletes. And I'm glad that she shared that. That was wonderful. But her style of play is like a bull in a china shop to me. And so, but I see her with the little spins, and she just looks good. Like I'm happy for her. She doesn't look out of control. Coach Kim is bringing the wrong kind of heat to the program of Tennessee. I have one word to describe Kim Caldwell: moody. I think she's trying to be something that, that she's not. Like, she cannot step into the shoes and become Pat Summitt. Pat can get away with a stare, get away with saying things to her team to motivate them. But she earned that respect to do that. I'm sure early in her career she couldn't. But I know that she tried, and they weren't very successful. I think when when Shamika Holsclaw and all the Meeks came, she really became a player's coach. She changed in her ways a lot. She had that old school Billy Moore style that I did not like, but I always respected. But I really began to love her when I seen her with the change her approach in basketball and with players and style of play. I became a huge fan because she was just like Cara was, defense, 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 had no offense, and it made for a bunch of trash on the ground rolling around basketball. That I was like, come on, girl, like, nah, get some athletes out of here that, you know, that have some offense to them, and coach them up on how to run in transition with discipline, and she did it, and she became very likable, lovable. Um, mix up your team, have some, sisters on your team, stuff like that. I'm gonna be straight with it. That's how I felt. They beat Oregon and they beat Washington, I believe. You speaking of Wisconsin, Jay? They caught Oregon early, Washington. I think I remember it that what Wisconsin I had kind of like a step back and I was like, huh. And then now I don't know what they're doing really, but I know they're a few steps down from us in the Big Ten. Her players might leap into the portal like a swimming pool in 98-degree weather. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know about that. Her coach extension signed through, I believe, 2031. 31. They better keep Kim unless Tennessee wants all that dead money on their books. Ooh. Wisconsin's a decent team. Their record doesn't do justice. Yeah, I'm not going to overlook Wisconsin at all trying to get to Ohio State in a few days, which is like play this game, get on a plane type of thing. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to have to carry them tomorrow night. Um, let the fans be the X factor. That's why I'm there close up, trying to be, courtside, just to hear what's going on. When you're a little bit closer at that level, you hear the communication um, on the floor from the players, and you see the action a little bit differently. Um, but most importantly, I want to hear what they're saying to each other, how they're communicating on rotations and defense and on offense. And when they need that extra push, that they know that it's like, yeah, you have people here that believe in you. You have people here that want to see you all do well. Let's go. Tennessee players need to take accountability as a person and a player. I agree, Bree. Um, I'm not quite sure what that is with them, but you're not going to get a coach to change their ways. So you better start buying in to how this works in terms of your playing time on the floor and the rotations. I had a male coach. I think it was one of our best seasons at college. Did that. We didn't. We kind of did that, but not like all five. But everybody got used to it. You got really used to like, okay, you're going to go hard. You know when you're going to come out, and it will make sense when you do, and when someone else comes in, and when you come back, it's like you never cool totally off. You're back in. It was great. We did it really well that way. No guessing when you're going to go in. No guessing when they're going to call your name. It was just, you didn't try to, how can I say, rest on offense or defense. You really just went hard the whole time. And they were very smart and diligent on when to pull you out or a player out. And I think we did much better like that. Tennessee players, yeah, they definitely need to take accountability. Juju and Jay got a nickname for her, Crash Out. Coach Crash Out. They were calling her Karen. Ooh, yeah, I could probably see that. Ooh, Karen in comments, RC. Ooh, God, that's not a Karen. Tennessee players have too many negative press releases. Yeah, that's not good for the program. It's one of the pillars, in women's basketball. And it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure for anyone to step in. It's a lot of pressure for anyone to step in to, you know, hey D, you want to come up? I would love to hear from you if you can, if you're not working or I know that your situation, but if you're feeling it, you want to add your take on the upcoming preview of the game. And I basically just talked about Jazzy and Saniyah. I'm really excited and proud of them. Oh, you're working. Okay. I'm really proud of them being on a Slam cover. Go out, go check it out. Go to Slam. Wisconsin, we talked about what we need to do for Wisconsin without analyticals and without, hey, let's, the matchup type of thing. I didn't go into like sports detail. And then, Sweet 16, with a question mark for you guys. Me, I have no problem with the Trojans making it to the Sweet 16. I really believe that they can. Somebody get Candace Parker to the lady. She might need to just go in the locker room out of, if that's what coach wants. But it was just growing pains for her as a young coach. Young coach. She just had a baby. Probably got a little postpartum to her. The players building that relationship. I don't really think Ruby Whitehorn really, with the unexpected decision that they had to make with cutting her, she really made a difference. I when the news broke out, I was just looking at Ruby talking about, wow, she's really the glue of that team. She's really the engine of that team. And she'll do something defensively and offensively to turn that team around. She's like the gut, like the heart of it, in my opinion. I wanted to see what was going to happen, and then boom, young mistakes that you make that change the course of the career. Who can guard Tessa? Milky is nuts. Yeah, that's another topic. That was funny to me. Yeah. You funny, Nico. So yeah, what I would put on a shirt for the Trojans, what my moniker right now in my mind is I believe. I've always said that I believe in them. I believe in them going further than anybody thinks that they can go. Let's just say that. I believe that they're a team that has the talent. If they listen to Coach Godley and staff and play Trojan basketball, play the way that she picked them. She chose all of them for a reason. I'm sure if Juju was playing, more players that you guys saying were missing would have come. But some people, they were like in their senior year or the junior year, they weren't sure. They probably had better options, or they didn't really. I love the fact that Kara came in London. I really do. I think Kara, especially Kara Dunn, really. She looks amazing out there. What she's become, and she said she wanted to be challenged with the uncomfortable. I really think that, yeah. I really think she did the right thing because she just rounded out her game. I mean, she's very unique. There's nothing necessarily like her out there in the dub, her style. And I think she's played her way up in the draft, which is amazing. And that's going to go, that's going to give Coach Godley credence and credit. I think the Trojans will make the sweep. Oh, Farrell sees it. He don't like us. I think that's the difference. The difference is that the players believe in the system. I'm obviously I don't know much about. I'm not around the Tennessee team. I don't have any insight of them, but eye test just tells me they don't believe in the system. Like they're rebelling against it. But Talasia Cooper is thriving. She ain't playing. She seems like a player that it doesn't matter. I don't care what's going on. I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. And the girls still be rocking 30 points, 20 something points, you know? Like, why does she thrive and everybody else doesn't thrive? That's crazy. Jew, we need our revenge back against y'all, and we need it this year because we won't get it next year. I know you're not going to get it next year. Shout out to McKenna Wozniak from my Central Coast section in the Bay Area, San Jose, Archbishop Mitty. So she's going to be a great player for Iowa. Chit Chat, I love me some Chit Chat. You got some players still over there. Just get some few more pieces, and we'll see what's going on. But nah, nobody in the Big Ten gonna test the Trojans. Bill Hines can guard Tessa. Moki and staff told how to guard Tessa. Nah, I don't think they told her nothing. She and Grace needed to be on the floor. And the reason that, and then also Saniyah, but Saniyah and Grace play the same position. So it was kind of like, she had a lot going on. So it's going to take a rhythm. It was going to take her assistance. It was going to take somebody tapping Moki on the shoulder sooner. Because I said it. Y'all watch my show. I said it a lot sooner. Put Bella in the game. And I'm not saying that. I'll tell you what, she did shut her down, though, Farrell. But what I will tell you is that it doesn't matter. Tessa does the same thing. I watched her in person 3 times this year. If you grab and you hold, or you swim, or you touch, because you can hand, don't forget, it's not a foul when you hot touch. The rules change, buddy. And we ain't arm bar, and I hated that. That switched in the middle of my career in college. Touch me. I want you to touch me. But what she's gonna do is, you gotta admit how if you didn't score very much right after, when Bella was on you, you got locked down. And it wasn't that Tessa didn't try, but it doesn't take away from Tessa's greatness. It's just like, oh, okay, I got this little rook in my face. She's face guarding me. That's a whole different style of guarding that only this person behind me faces. Maybe Caitlin did, but this person behind me is what I kept telling you guys. Quit comparing anybody to Juju Watkins, who gets face guarded, double team, triple team, quadruple team. And until your favorite players get that, don't step into the category of this woman right here. You're not guarded like that. Now, the next time Tessa, and I hope they face each other again, she gonna be ready for Bella. I talked about that. You got to watch my show, Cool Water. I came back up and I talked about that right after the game. The game about the free throws. I kind of felt like she got froze out a bit, but it was those 2 free throws. And people was like, well, Carolina missed free throws. And then I said, there were some bunnies at LSU, cost them early. Well, Carolina had missed bunnies. The difference between, you're right, they both missed free throws. They both missed critical layups, bunnies, wide open layups. The difference between that making a difference in that game going in a different direction for LSU is the fact that, Flajay, that free throws are situationals, where there's no contesting. There's nothing contesting you. So it was critical for her to make those 2 free throws. Very critical. It was critical. It would have solidified even further her legacy. It would have done something. It would have been huge for her legacy. It would have fit right in line with the story of, her first month down on All-American while coaching at LSU. It would have fallen right in line and opened more doors for her. And Dawn herself was surprised that she missed them. She was totally surprised. We all were surprised because she doesn't miss those. So that was critical. It's free. There's no one guarding you. But she was tired. She was exhausted. I think Flower gave her all that she could, which tells me how deep South Carolina is. if you guys are that exhausted where you can't even think straight and you're just going off of adrenaline and rhythm, I mean adrenaline, I think that speaks to the level of superiority that South Carolina has over others in late game situations. Because you cannot be so out of it that you get to the line and you can't think straight to put that ball in. You know, back in the day, if she missed that first one, they would maybe call timeout and say, "Shake it off, come on, get it together." I mean, depending on how important it was with the score, make this last one so you can tie. But I think she needed both just to tie. Bella was fouling Tessa, hold her with both hands, restricting her movement. She could have, but it didn't get called. I like basketball whether when I was playing it or when I began watching it as a young, and I like basketball with some physicality to it. I loved hot touching and not pushing and shoving. Even if I put my two hands, did it restrict her movement, Aisha? Did she push her off not off the line with it? How did the if how many times did she do it all the time? No, she couldn't have done it all the time if she would have got called for it. Don Staley said they got lucky that project. They got lucky. They got very lucky. She missed those. Very lucky. The game would have looked totally different. And the fact that they're even that close to South Carolina needs to worry South Carolina. However, it got Maker wasn't in the game. That's going to take them to another level. That's going to take the Gamecocks to another level. Because she came in, for the minutes that she came in, they were so productive. Probably some, in the plus minus category was pretty high. So you didn't even have to face, with what they got coming in, it changes the trajectory of the score, in my opinion. Not because that would happen every time AGOT comes in, but when I look at the matchups, that was gonna hurt. That was gonna hurt LSU a lot. Their guards were keeping up evenly, and Jada Rashard needs to review tape after tape after tape. She needs to watch that game and watch her play and figure out something different than taking those shots that she took, as many as she did, instead of feeding the ball to where it needed to go. Why should they worry? Why should they be worried? SC versus LSU game's always been close. Why should they be worried? If they want to keep their streak alive, is what I'm talking about, worried. And the fact that they are improving. And if you want to keep the streak alive, worry about that. That's what I'm talking about. You had SC winning that one. Did I have SC winning? I think I did. I wanted LSU to win because they're underdogs. I really felt like LSU from the beginning of the season when I found out they were playing at the PMAC. And I had watched Bella Hines and Zakaya and Grace all summer. I was like, ooh, this is going to be nice. This is going to be a nice I felt no shade against Raven or Tessa and Saniyah, but I felt that the guards for LSU, there were so many and so many interchangeable pieces that LSU had the edge, and that the front court would be the issue for. But then watching watching Grace, Amaya, and Zakaya do it as well as they do down low with the bigs, I was like, that's going to be an even closer game with LSU having the lead than I thought. But I felt like she needs to go to Divine Barrage on the bench. She needs to play. She needs to test these people out. She should have done that sooner. Now, somebody she might lose is Divine. Waiting for Simone Augustus to start speaking up. Man, she's so quiet. What's up with that? Maybe she, I don't know who does the scouting for them, but I felt like, hey, Simone, like, you should have spoke up for your freshmen. Judy, you give Jazzy the edge over Aaliyah. Aaliyah is not even in. Aaliyah is not even in it anymore. It's Aubrey. Aaliyah better worry about Aubrey. Aubrey gonna get freshman of the year in the SEC. Even though I love the freshman for LSU, but you better worry about stay over there and worry about that. Jazzy over Aaliyah is already done. Flau'jae had sorrow and pain. Yes, she did. It hurt her to her soul. And I talked about it before. I had a nemesis like that with Cal Poly Pomona being the number one team in the nation and being a California team that was in my conference. That every freaking 4 year it drove me crazy, and it was like a moment where I had that same moment. I wasn't on the free throw though. I did my 15 boards from a 2 spot. Scoring guard. I was doing it. I was left with freshmen on the floor as a senior in the last few seconds of the game, and how they turned that around on us. It was so heartbreaking. There's an article about it. It was terrible. It was just like we lost to them again, and I'll never get it back. I can't play them again until I saw them on 3-on-3 competition, hoop it up, and I played out of my mind. And they, we talked about it afterwards, and because it was personal for me. It was like, I got to get this out of my system. When you are on a team, you have to follow the system. You have to follow what your coaches want me to do. Whereas I wanted to take the ball and go back to my high school days and like, okay, now I'm ready to like ISO. And she knows that. But what was in their mind was something they gave these 2 twin freshmen that they wanted to perch up before we leave and let this be part of their legacy, which was all wrong because they didn't even come back the next year, which was all wrong. You owed me and my other senior who fouled out, you owed us that we take them down. Because you didn't want a black girl to be the one that was going to take it down, but I was the black girl that you needed to take them down. It was a toss-up for me. It was a toss-up. Yeah, definitely was a toss-up, B. Definitely was a toss-up. But I was just going with the underdog. But I figured Don was going to figure out a way. SC just owned the Tigers. Just face it, 18-0, just like we own the Trojans. I don't know about this Trojan 5-0 shit. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember Don playing us or anything like that, But you can hold on to your 5-0 because that's about to be wiped out. How do you got winning the SEC player? Who do I have winning the SEC player of the year? Oh, it ain't Madison. It ain't Madison. Booker. It's got to be Michaela Blakes. Who do you have for SEC player of the year? Kim Mulkey just collects fancy top recruits and sits them on the bench. Need to watch that video Jay posted. Who? Me? Who posted? Me, D? Jazzy for freshman of the Big Ten National, doing more with less. Thank you. King Lion gets what I'm saying when I say that. Doing more with less. Hope Divine. I hope Divine remains at LSU. I hope that people don't prematurely jump into any portal unless you got an offer already, and that you really, really feel that you don't want to be a part of something that could be really, really good in the future. Like, that's so dumb to me. Like switching schools, the hassle of learning a new campus and culture, and taking your grades and moving on. It's like you're a student athlete first. You're not in the pros. Set down your anchor and build where you are. And, you go through adversities together, because on the other end of it, not only a silver lining, but there's hope that you're going to be even greater in the future, because now you understand the rivalry, you understand the revenge, you understand the culture, you understand what your coach is asking of you, and you got a chip on your shoulder. So stay where you are. Galvan got an incredible safety blanket to her left and right. Michaela, Chavez ain't got nobody like Blake's Jew. Who Beers? I don't know. There's somebody over there in Oklahoma. Who is it? LSU freshmen Zakiya and Grace and Bella been playing, but they need more time. They just need more time on the court. And if it has to take from when Flaw and Michaela go flat or kind of like they need to come out and watch from the bench, it's not a put down. It's like whoever's, it's like they need to chill. Like, but Flau'jae had an amazing game. Like, I thought she forgot how to play for a minute until I saw her against SC. I knew she could bring it. And when you come and you bring it, national TV, first time primetime college game day, that was huge. The way that they built up and the way that the excitement, the commercials, everything around it was like, I want to be in that. I want my Trojans to be on college game day primetime like that. That against NBA All-Star, which is booty anyway, but man, you guys, like, incredible. It lived up to everything. It was just amazing. It gave me chills. I was like, wow, will you look at this? ABC. And they delivered. They delivered. She is what Bree Minor, this is what baffles me about my Hawkeyes. You show love to Journey Houston and offer her. She commits, but you don't show the same love to Divine. Kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on with that Divine thing. There's a lot of things we don't know. Aisha Blake's. Okay, Jay got Blake's. Big Ten Player of the Year. Okay, Farrell has Joyce. Blake's. Joyce on the best SC team in the conference. Joyce Edwards. I hope that Jelani gets it and not Lauren Betts or Olivia Olsen for the Big Ten. Okay. Juju, as an SC fan, I put Joyce on blast after the LSU. I was waiting for somebody to. Okay, I'm gonna read it. As a SC fan, Farrell, DJ said, SC fan, I put Joyce on blast after the LSU game. Some say she had a bad game. I get it, but one rebound is unacceptable. She played 38 minutes. Explain that to me, Farrell. Was they boxing her ass out? What was wrong? How did Joyce get only one rebound in that game? Because that was one of the things I was so proud of LSU about. You wasn't getting nothing. They was like gobbling up, like they was gritty. And I didn't think that. I felt like Joyce was like, God damn, can somebody else come down here and help? They wasn't letting Raven come in there and sneak in. They wasn't playing on the boards. And that's where I saw a huge discrepancy and a huge open door and weakness. They better not do that again. That better not happen with SC against another top team, because that right there showed me a crack in their armor. That if Joyce ain't gonna be breaking her back down there by herself. Blake's is a free throw machine. Juju, just like Juju was, but they stopped giving Juju them calls. Blake's they gonna get tired of Blake's, and she's making it happen though. But she keep on thinking she can. Some of them I don't think. I think that was very light touches, but if she thinks she's gonna go to the free throw line like that consistently throughout the tournament just to stay in the game, her body gonna give way. I don't know if she built for that. Honestly, I don't. It takes a lot. I've seen Jude like on the ground, like having to lead the game. It's a lot. I feel like Tessa could be on the best player on the team next season. Next season, Farrah, what do you think about Tessa being the best player? Do you even want Tessa to be the best? Tessa's not a two-way player enough for me to even be like player of the year or something to that effect. But it don't matter because she's doing the damn thing for what she's doing. I believe this freshman class is the answer to beating South Carolina. I think eventually, I do. I think eventually, King Lion, I really do. I think they're going to get it in a time that I'm going to be watching from here on out. I think they're going to get the South Carolina. Nah, I don't think Don is a better coach than Kim, and I don't think Kim is a better coach than Don. I think they're right around the same. Sorry. King Lion, don't sleep on Jersey Robinson and Kaylee Wynn. I would love to see what that's going to look like. We'll see, RC. Aaliyah Chavez, let's go. I think she needs help on her basketball team. She better get somebody to come play with her. LSU have too much pride. Blase played well offensively. Yes, she had Tessa assignment. Yes, she did. Jersey Robinson and Kaylee Wynn will destroy the Trojans. I doubt it. I doubt that heavily. No way. False rumors about Moki podcasters say Moki doesn't play freshman. Moki played fly as a freshman. Now she plays Knox. And see, I know people will be trying to lock in and say some craziness, and it's not true. Joyce Edwards is overrated, King Lion said. Well, there you go, Farrell. Joyce Edwards is overrated, according to King Lion. What do you say to that? LSU out rebounds everyone. Well, that's no excuse. You got too much length and too much bodies over there for them to be doing that. And your big old ass bodies over there couldn't out rebound LSU. I wouldn't even succumb to that, Farrell. South Carolina plays as a team. LSU plays as individual. That's why they lost. Ooh, that's a great take right there. That's something that when they need to, when they play, but Bigum, when they play team ball, oh, they look so good. LSU does. You're right. When they play for each other and with each other, they're hard to stop. I would not call Joyce overrated, but she not know a lot. Asia Wilson. LSU will never beat SC. Thank you both, coaches. Yeah, remind. I think they're both the same. I'm not giving the edge over either one of them. Sorry, they're not. They don't impress me like that. And I've just been watching Moki longer, as a player and as a coach and as an assistant coach and as an Olympian. I mean, I've been watching her longer. Like, she's a little older than me. Just a little, maybe, yeah, quite a little bit older than me. To say a team will never beat South Carolina is flawed. It's so flawed to say that because every team at the top will come down. And who's to say that South Carolina won't lose another game that season? I can't. Yeah, you can't say that. You can't say they will never win until the end of time. Also, South Carolina isn't this big bag invincible machine. They're very vulnerable. They're very vulnerable. They're very vulnerable. We seen it. I couldn't wait to play them. Not because they were like not going to be competitive or anything like that. But when I saw them get stomped by, and it's so funny because Farrell won't admit it. You got stomped by UConn, UCLA. Who else? Yeah, twice by UConn. Nothing changed. You didn't adjust to anything. And then, in the beginning, what you call it? UCLA. And damn sure was going to get stomped by us because we beat up both of those teams. My shirt says USC 2026 USC Trojans. It has all the players' names on it from this year's team. So it's something that I'm going to keep because it'll have like Watkins, Gottlieb, Dunn, Mendez, Williams, Samuel, Fagan, even Fagan, Brooklyn Samlin, Ryan Forstier, Kaya Milton, Greta Wassolete, London Jones, and Jazzy Davidson. It has all their last names on here. So it's a collectible shirt. So I'll hold on to this 2016 because, we're gonna be so good next year. I wish Kara had another year in London so that they could get this ring with us. You need a shirt. Yeah, you do. You know what? I don't even know where I got this shirt from. It might have been on the USC website or bookstore. And I don't know if any other school has done that yet, where they put this year's team of every player, on it. And then I'll be getting the let me see. because I still got the tag on it. Where did I get this? I don't remember where I got it. It might have been off the UFC website. And I got the Slam cover for Jazzy. Mookie has been there, LSU, for 5 years, and she's building a powerhouse. Don't forget, she won a natty for LSU her second year. She inherited a team, and she did a miracle. She did. She absolutely. You gotta get that woman credit. Like, come on, cut it out now. She got 4 national championships. Hey, Oklahoma, if Aaliyah Chavez goes, I'm going too. You there? You only an Oklahoma fan because of, like, I get it, because of Chavez. What's up, Bear Beauty? Chosen as our 2026 national Art of National champs. South Carolina can beat anyone. We'll see. Excuse me. What happened to the losses you had this year? Tell me more about that. The SEC is the toughest conference. I don't know. I think it's a myth that they're the toughest, but I don't really think y'all play much defense over there in the SEC. Kim Carver really thinks she was going to roll over all these competitive, tough, durable squads like that too. I don't know. She should at least. No, it's kind of like you got to at least be competitive. Cause you actually have you actually had a pretty tough, really good team. You have a good concept there, and it's going to take some coaching to really like scout and really like put your team in a position to surprise. South Carolina 25, 26, 27 champs. They weren't the 2025 champs. UConn was. And this year, I don't know if you're going to win it even this year. And I damn sure don't know if you're going to win it in 2027. So take that back, Pharaoh. 2025, you did not win. LSU will be SC in the next year or two. The beat down by LSU is coming. Juju is going to be a threat. Michelle, my God, you have no idea. She's even telling you. She's even letting y'all know. Oh, Juju's going to be a farce. Okay? A farce. She said it's right in here. Everything's in here ready. She said it's ready to be released. It's in her heart. Everything that she's ready to go. She's gonna like vomit over everybody. She's gonna vomit on these fools. Nobody plays like her. Start the freshman Talasia Cooper, knock it off with all these hockey style substitutions, but they don't. UCLA owns South Carolina Gamecocks. So far they do. So far they do. Oh, you can keep Z Spearman out there as well. Yeah, you can keep Z Spearman out there. Had a chance to watch Kaylee Lynn before she got in her. She balled with the best of them. 20. Really? She does? It's so funny. I kind of remember her from OTE. They say I do. They say that I've seen her, which is interesting. I think that's a good friend of. I think that's what Jersey's best friend. So it's really good that she has somebody, California to connect with, because she just don't fit. Jersey's. It's just me. She doesn't fit right at South Carolina. I don't know what it is. She just don't fit right with that. I don't think her style of play fits you guys, but let's see. I've done switches some things up. SC beat UConn 4-6 meeting, but you didn't do it when it mattered. God damn, they smacked. I mean, that was the most. You know why that championship looked the way it did, because that was not God's will. That was not supposed to be the championship matchup. That just wasn't it, because it was not it. That was not it. It was horrible. I felt bad for SC. I was like, what the hell are they doing? I want to see Connecticut again so bad. I will never forgive them for what they did to us in the Final Four. I got to get them back. I mean, they didn't kill me. I mean, they beat us by 14. But it's just the fact when they came to Galen without June, without my team, and did that's why I'm like, oh my God, if we see you again, we're going to beat your ass. I want to see Connecticut. As a UConn fan, we're waiting at the top. That's right. Wait at the top. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all wait at that top. Come, you got to climb up to get them. That's what they're telling. That's what they're saying. LSU fans are just butthurt that SC owns them. I'm sure they are feeling some kind of way. I wanted about everyone gunned you except Lauren, Gabs, Kiki. I got my wish. You did not want everyone gone. No, you didn't. You probably only wanted one player gone last year. I don't know what she gutted them out like that because she had a good squad on the bench ready to go to come up. That would have been nice flow and possibly, adding who knows, you might have added McKenna Wolfsnack to UCLA. Being from California, I don't know why she went all the way across to Iowa. Championship was embarrassing. It was. Huskies won the championship in the first quarter straight up. It was so embarrassing. If I was an SC fan, I would be gagging and throwing up watching that game. I was just like, what the hell was that? Like, you had a scouting report. You had every opportunity. Like, you just didn't. They just, evidently they just didn't match up well. I don't know. It was something that was weird. I was like, what the hell are you doing? I told you don't go for the back door, ring around the rosy, go under the screen type. I mean, it was just like, ugh. It was like no IQ out there. And South Carolina never belonged in the championship. I said that too. Like they escaped Maryland, they escaped Duke. I tell you this all the time. Kiara, that was retarded. Like you sat there, like I felt like you got paid off to have Toby Fournier on the bench when you needed her at the end of the game. And you so stubborn. You so stubborn that you didn't want to play this freshman. I was like, stupid. Stupid. No, I want to see the best team out there. That's why. South Carolina belonged in the championship game last year. That's why they got blown out. They never did. The championship last year should have been the Trojans versus the Huskies with a healthy Juju Watkins, period. Matter of fact, but the way they lined it up, King Lion, was stupid because Ju was going to have to knock out Paige from never, ever getting a championship. And if that was going to hurt some people's feelings, then it was just going to have to hurt some people's feelings. But I already knew that if we were going to face South Carolina in the championship, I said, we're finally going to align. And that's where the rubber was going to meet the road. Yeah, I know you didn't want Janiyah back. Or London. I did kind of miss watching, Alana Araceli and Kendall Dudley. You had Iowa. You had somebody else too. You had the other black girl that was a big that left. You mentioned Dudley already. There was others on your bench that I was like, what are you doing? Juju just a hater. No, SC was exposed to the championship. They won 16 to 17 straight games and are now ranked 9th in the country. UCLA is overrated. Nobody told you guys to lose to Iowa that season. It didn't really matter that we lost to them. I wish you could. That's the stupidest thing to bring up, that we lost to Iowa, like as if Iowa was just like horrible. It was not a big deal to lose the game. That still wasn't going to stop us from getting to the championship, buddy. Okay? Because we damn sure didn't get blown the hell out by 29, 30 points by anybody. To say that they didn't belong as a reach too, but bad other team couldn't make it there. I agree that wasn't our best team, but we got there. And you damn sure did get there. I gave her a lot of credit. I gave Don a lot of credit for that because there's no way you should have. I mean, the way that in Maryland, I was shocked that they were even close to you guys. But they play that way. We played them and we played them at home, and it was like we had to like go back and forth with them. And the way that they had played Alabama was awesome. They were playing great basketball at the end. But Duke, for some god-awful reason, like, she had that. She had you. Do you know what a 5-sided shape is called? No. 6'3" Ashlyn Watkins confirmed she... Oh, are you saying that she confirmed that she'll be back, DJ? I'm not impressed with her, but yeah, good. Congratulations. SC was blown out by 50 points. By who were they blown out by? who was who blew them out by 50 points? Juju Watkins will be the best player in college basketball next season. Book it, take it to the bank. That's it. That's all. Boom. Out the key. Gamecocks will mop the floor with the Trojans. Can't wait. Can't wait to see that, Barrel. Never that. Nah, never that. I think Connecticut took the belt off on SC by 50. God damn. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know if they gave up. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that was. He just had their number. He just had a number. So tomorrow night, they just swap, wop, 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 wop. It was like, oh, I was like, this is not it. If I was a South Carolina fan, I would have been sick. Like, what the hell? I was just looking at them. I was like, who is it out there? Like, who's killing you? I don't even watch. I don't even rewatch that game. I was so disappointed in South Carolina. I like Olivia better than Swords, yeah, because she's like on it. Like she just be on it. She be hunting. She carries the team. But when Swords is hot, boy, can't nobody stop that fast release. Yeah, I can't watch that game, Aisha. I just can't. I don't even want to see Carolina look like that ever again. I don't ever want to see UConn do that to them. It made me sick. There was a time, and I know it wasn't nothing against the players. It was just when Jenna was winning and he was on that streak, it just made me, I didn't even want to watch basketball anymore. I was just like, this is ridiculous. I was just like, I don't, they just, it's like when Christian Leitner and Duke, it's like, ugh. But you like, what's his name? Can't even remember the guy name with the Fila shoe contract. Grant Hill. But I love, looking at Grant Hill. What must we do to be saved? Can't now. Like, what? Son of a bingo. Dude, we got Purdue next. We can't sleep on them. You can't sleep on anybody. So people don't know about our conference. It's like physical. We play defense. You know what I'm saying? We have high IQs. Anybody just running around scoring, running around up and down the court, scoring. UConn makes basketball sick to watch. No one could rewatch that year. I remind I can't even rewatch the game. It was so boring and so sickening and so like no adjustment. Not stop what they're doing. They're doing it. What do you think? I mean, AZ Fun and Page, y'all like did Sarah Strong like really dominate y'all that bad? Like, my God. Put a fight up. Yeah, Connecticut fans enjoyed it. I just didn't see it coming. I was just like, oh, AZ's back. Okay, she's back. That makes a difference, for them. And it was just awful. I can't even think about it. They just couldn't stop. Yeah, SC couldn't stop them. It was like and when they would get out in open court, they would run down the court and nobody knew who had who. And slow-footed, heavy-footed AZ out running everybody. I was just, oh my God. I just couldn't understand it. That's the one that got away from Don, Sarah Strong. Yeah, that's the one that got away. Don, she can't have Mom. She can't have Sarah, Juju, Jazzy, Kennedy, Saniyah. Like, she just can't get the number ones. Because the number ones, she wanna like control them and make them fit into this uh, all in one packet, but everybody's not built made for that type of scene. Everybody's not built that way. It's nothing. I mean, that's nothing wrong with how she does things, but you're not gonna sit Juju Watkins down and make play 18 minutes of basketball. You sick or crazy or dumb? No, we're not doing that. KK was KK was quick. KK is so fast, you know, but she kind of burnt out. She needs to like pace herself with that all that she has going on. What is what is a gamecock to answer a chicken? What's a gamecock? The gamecock is like, Foghorn Leghorn. That's what I think. That cartoon. She has two number ones. Number one, what? Aisha had two. She had two number one. Who was the number one? Did she have? You talking about over the years? Who did she have? And I'm talking about recently. You know damn well I'm talking about recently. She has not been able to get number ones. But you talking about in her whole career, who was number one in her class that went there? I don't know. I'm not being smart or anything or disagreeing with you. I just don't know. But she didn't get the one she wanted. Do you think? Oh shoot, I forgot about that. Olivia's coming. Oh shit, Olivia's coming there. No, I don't think Olivia's gonna decommit or anything like that. Can't get Asia and Aaliyah. They were number one in high school recruits. Is that what you're telling me, Aisha? I'm not talking about draft picks. I'm talking about high school recruits. You could be right. I just don't know. Are they? I could look it up, but SC only has one person that can shoot threes. Tessa. What about Raven? So Zaya Cook and Aaliyah Boston. No, I don't know why they said this thing says Joyce Edwards in certain outlets, but Joyce wasn't number one in that class. Oh, Boston left as a number. She didn't arrive as a number one. She left as a number one draft pick. That's what I thought. She's been losing some recruiting battles. Um, she's not playing well. Zaya Cook is not. I don't like her game. Sorry, in the pros. Oh, it started to decline when she was in college. To me, she just has one gear, one motion. It's like no pull up game, nothing. Just drive. She's too small for that. SC only has one person that can shoot threes. Tessa. So when SC meets teams with players that can shoot threes, SC has a serious problem. And I think Tessa Loki is a liability on defense. Asia was number one, not AB, right? Raven just started shooting threes. She just started, but not because she couldn't. She just started getting better. But I think when she came into the team before the injury, she could shoot threes. I remember her in high school. They do us like, okay, Tessa better than Latson. Yeah, Tessa's not shit. When it comes to offense, she was driving, she was doing it all. Turnaby's, Kitts, Watkins, Edwards, Tack will be the best front court in the country. Let's see, DJ. We'll see about that. Might be. Did Raven arrive as number one? No. I don't believe she did. They're all McDonald All-Americans, but nah. Forgot who was number one in Raven Johnson. I think I know that. Johnson's high school class nationally. You guys are going to be shocked when we figure this out. You're going to go, oh, yeah, AZ Fudd. AZ Fudd. And AZ Fudd killed it. But she was number two. AZ Fudd. No. Raven will go second in round in the draft. Okay. Raven was second best point guard in the country after AZ Fudd. There you go. There you go. Farrell got it. Everybody on South Carolina can shoot threes. Raven was 3-level scorer, and she didn't have to be that SC. Yeah, that's true. She's not a lottery pick. Oh man, but don't you think she's improved enough to be a lottery pick though? Jay says she'll go late for. She's improved a lot. Like she's showing it all. She's showing her bag. Because every time when I see SC South Carolina in trouble, I always think, go, Raven, go. Raven is late first, early second. Dawn will see to it. Yeah, Dawn will see to it. Yeah. She technically damn near barely was in any of the rounds, top three rounds, to be honest with you, at some, because people wasn't really appreciating, what a player is doing besides just scoring. Like there were so many ways that she was affecting the impacting of winning that you have to be a real basketball head to get it and to respect it and to understand it. And then so it was like, okay, we get that, Raven. However, like your assists, your rebounding, your stealing, your leadership on the court, it's all amazing. But the W don't care about that because they don't even care about defense and all that kind of stuff. You just need to get the ball in the hole. You got to be like Chelsea Gray. When it's time to take over, take over. Nobody's asking you to come in and take over. We need to know that when it's evenly matched with the bigs and the perimeter, that you can score, that you can go get a bucket, that you can go create your own shot. That you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to like, come on, take over the game and loosen it up a bit so that they, you become a freaking threat on the floor. So that, and that's what she's doing. Because there'll be times in the game when I'm like, get up on goddamn Raven, go. Saniyah Rivers went 7 based off her defense. She's taller, but Raven's wingspan is 6'2". I already know it's 6'2". Jay, seen that woman in person guarding, and she just swallowed up. I was just like, the only thing I could probably do is I have to get by Raven because we're both the same height, or I'm gonna my vertical is high on my jump shot. That's all you can do really with her. And she's gonna need that 6'2" when she's guarding players that are 6'2", 6'1", 5'11", in the pros. That's what Raven's showing up this year. Yeah, Chelsea Gray. Don has destroyed. Oh God, I can't lie. I don't even want to read that. I think the knee slowed her up, King Lion. I don't know about her not destroying her. I think the knee injury. I think the knee injury took a toll on Raven. I don't know why you guys don't remember that. I had stopped watching guys after that. I was really watching South Carolina because I've been watching the kid in high school, so I got back to watching South Carolina because I wanted to see how Raven was going to do. And then boom, and the day that it happened, I didn't even catch it on TV. So I'm glad about that. because I was just sick about it. I was like, no, no, no. And not because it was like, you know, a knee injury derails your career. It's just like they have to move on without her. And then, they really needed her when she came back. So um she was just a different player. And it's all a mindset. It's all in your mind. It's all in, I don't know that her mindset was there to push herself. And not to bring up Jew, but she just has a killer instinct. She just has a mindset, y'all, that um it's different. It's different. She's playing for so much more, and she has so much of a team around her. She has access to the best in the NBA to work with. And you damn sure know that the best medical team is going to be right there by her side. So, yeah. I can't wait till next year, y'all. Just cannot. I have no idea what we about to do. What we about to do to this game, y'all. It's gonna be fun all the way around. It's gonna be fun all the way around. Even the fact that LSU is gonna be playing UConn next year, right? I mean, I guess what's his name? Gino heard y'all. He heard y'all, right? He knows that you're talking about his little schedule, so he's trying to like be competitive, and he's putting himself. And Kim too. She heard you too. Kim heard you too. So they're putting themselves. Everybody's putting. Pitting. We're gonna see some teams like maybe the Trojans versus Texas. Maybe we're gonna see right. King Lion, maybe, at the Players Era tournament. That was a fun one I went to. In Vegas for Thanksgiving, and I was like, wow, more teams need to come to this. Like the men's team, they got a gang of teams out there, and so you're not going to see people in the top position for so long and not get challenged. See, UConn was supposed to get challenged by us with Juju, right? Coming to the Galen, and then it was supposed to be like this great, really huge thing for South Carolina to play us in Los Angeles. And it was a crazy, rainy, ugly day. And it was at the same time as our football homecoming game. So it was a lot going on, but it was going to be, it was supposed to be really huge. Yeah, I like the LSU freshman class. And I've been watching them that summer. That's why I knew about Sakaya and low key. Even though my eyes was on Jazzy, Aaliyah, Sienna Betts. I low key was, and got Maker and McDowell. I was watching them, but I was also looking at Sakaya, and I could see Bella, and I could see Grace, and I could see that. I was like, wow, they're really good. They're they may not be what we call the tops of the nation, but they're tops in the nation. And I was like, this freshman class is a pretty cool little class. So, yeah. So that's going to be the future. Those players are all going to be the future. Hey, Molly Brandon, hit that subscribe button for me, will you? Hit the like button as well. Johnson was defending Joyce, not sure why Kim took her out. I think, honestly, Zakaya and Grace play the same position. And I think she did a great job guarding Joyce, wore down. Joyce only had one rebound. But we wanted Grace more, she was better in there against Okot, Medina. Okay, so Medina Okot, Grace is a lot more physical, more tougher. So having Medina Okot in the game, you made I see why they kind of went in that direction. Let's just say that, okay? Um, I see why she did that. Not sure. I don't think there was anything wrong with that because because I think they out rebounded. I think it was surprising enough. I think the guard play, you know, she needed to keep because Dawn played 8, and I was like, girl, you got to play 9. Go with 9 and get Bella off the bench with the 9. Go deeper and go one more person off your bench because you had Okada in foul trouble, you had Joyce in foul trouble. Now go to work, and then it was like I talk about this all the time. It was like Michaela, like come on, like you got to go to work, honey. She wasn't going enough work. She wasn't going to work enough for me when it was needed. In the beginning, hell yes. But we need her like at the end of the game. Y'all gotta fix that. I don't know. Is it too late to get in shape? Hold on, I'm trying to order something to eat. Yeah. Ole Miss versus Ellis. Wait. Oh yeah, this is another thing. Look at the schedule moving forward for some teams. This is why it's gonna shake up before we finally get the final brackets, right? So UConn and LSU are in the process of curing a venue. It's going to be played at a mutual spot. I think it's a great idea. Play at a mutual spot. Fair enough. Because if you're not going to do home and away, play at a neutral spot. I like that freshman class too. Ole Miss versus LSU tomorrow. Then Ole Miss has to play South Carolina. Who makes these schedules? Yeah, Coach Joe was talking about that. It's crazy. I love it. Ain't no way around it. Like, what do you want to do? You would go hard, easy, hard, easy. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Molly. She snatched Koval out, and I saw her giving her an opportunity, and I saw her getting on her, like trying to light a fire, and Koval just couldn't. Like if I was Koval, I was like, girl, you gotta like study film. You gotta study tendencies. You gotta be right where the ball is. You gotta study your own players, where the ball is going off the rim most of the time when they shoot. Where can I be? How can I screen and let Michaela get through? How can I be? Man, she got to play basketball. MK, yeah, MK disappeared the second half, Molly. Low key, really. And I don't even know who was guarding her, what was stopping her. Texas Longhorn versus LSU SC championship. I want to see SC play LSU again for the SC championship. Low key, you got to play 9. I really would have played 10 if I could. I would have for that game because Dawn doesn't have a lot of play. She played 8. When she stepped up and started playing 9, they started coming back. I was like, go another one. Go into another player that she has to adjust to out of nowhere. Like, go to your bench because right now MK is walking, thinking, not aggressively driving. Get their ass out of the game, bro. She resting out there. For Wiley needs work on her game. Show do. But I didn't pick on her though. I just, it's her first year. Because her first year with the team, and that was her emotional for her, whether she recognized it or not. I would have blocked that shit out. Like I see y'all, we friends, we family, we cool, but we got a game to play. I be thinking about nothing but just focusing on playing with my team. that I'm playing with. Cobalt played better at Notre Dame. I don't know about that, Molly. Because she gave up. She just lacked motivation after a while over there with Notre Dame after a while. She just like, forget it, I'm transferring. Looked like she made it up her mind. I think Lay was nervous, Aisha. I think she was nervous. I don't think, because normally she'd be talking to LSU Tigers. She'd be out there like, come on, let's go. Da, 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 da. Or like she wasn't. I didn't. I mean, she threw the ball. I mean, and I'm glad Kim didn't snatch her out and embarrass her or anything like that. But you turned the ball over and threw it to you. But she was trying to throw it to Koval's ass. I'm like, why are you? Nobody on your team is trying to feed Koval. Why are you? Tom, Juju, no, we ain't. Juju ain't gonna be no one and done. She is too gifted for college. She does need a challenge, but guess what? It is a challenge because she ain't won no championship. So that's the challenge. But on top of that, the W ain't even ready. They're sitting up here, can't even agree on a CBA plan, negotiation plan. Boy, please, wasting my talent. I'm gonna stay right there in college, enjoy my college, my NIL brand deals, even though they come with you, and the money they're paying me, give me a couple degrees, whatever it takes. The WNBA ain't ready for her either. Championship on deck, boom, bow, beat. We gotta get a. You gotta get a championship. She ain't going nowhere. Okay. But it's going to be must-see TV. And if you want to watch it with somebody who's a Trojan fan, who's at the game, I enjoy her in college. I really do. And who's at at every home game and every people here. I got people in the chat that are at every home game. I'm at every home game. We have interactions with the girls. We love this team. It's fun in Galen. You get to meet new people out network, and met people that are just like family to me now. And watching Jew in person there has just been nothing but a thrill. Like you can't get the whole full effect of her or on TV. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. You cannot. And it's not like she's prideful. She's very humble. She's not. She doesn't walk around with it like I'm best in basketball attitude or anything like that. It's just she's just born to do what she does. Okay. She's just born to do what she does, to carry this torch. So tune in here at Everybody Loves Juju 12 Talk Soon. Hit that notification bell before you leave. Please hit that notification bell. Also, if you like what you see and you'd like to make a donation, please do so. Go out and tell a friend and tell a friend. I'm moving closer and inching closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, but it's taken me a lot. I mean, I get a lot of views over my shorts, over my photos that I take the time to upload after I take them when I'm at the game. And I should have way more viewers than I do. So I'm asking you, please, if you haven't subscribed, please do so and get me in this algorithm. And let's get some more people in our chat to join us. With Jew returning recruitment will jump next season. Yeah, and you all already know she's a recruiter herself. You know what, King Lion? I would love to see them win them Players Era tournament early on. Oh my God, the tournament is rough. Watching Texas go through the steps to win it all, it was just flat out amazing. It was just flat out amazing basketball. Like, and when they played South Carolina, it was just big bodies, just pop, pop, pop. It was crazy out there. Good. I've never seen teams play so well early on. You could tell that they start training back in June, because there's no way we would have looked that good that early in back in Narde. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's a lot of basketball. You ever see like teams like kind of like, what happened to them? They fall off and they just kind of peter away. It's because it's like they with each other from basically May, June on through. It's a long time. A lot happens in your life, in school, in life, at home, in your family, and things. But you personally, to hold on and So to come out the gate swinging, sometimes people like peak and then they go through these weird stages like what happened, like Texas is doing right now. Like, you get bored. But then sometimes they pick it right back up right in time for it all. So yeah, we're gonna have a great weekend. Go Juju. You come back here to Everybody Loves Juju's channel. Hit that notification. But we're gonna watch this Ohio State game together because we have a really big turnaround after we play on Thursday, y'all. We need all the support, all the energy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We need to get this game against Ohio State. She does elevate the game of basketball, and everybody loves to watch her. Everybody loves to watch her. You can't hate that kid. Everybody loves Juju. There's no reason not to. She doesn't give you really a reason to be a antagonist against her. There's just really no reason. Like, she does nothing like that. Like, you know what I mean? You just enjoy it. It's like you can feel the love that she has for what she's doing. She's really genuine and authentic about her game. But and she's just a star. Yeah, she really is. Like, I've spoken to her a couple of times, and she's just regular people. Like, she's just cool like that. Like, totally different on the court than she is off. But yeah, like, and just so young. Like, everybody respected so. I'm like, she's 18, right? Or something would happen. I'm like, she's only 19, right? Like, she hasn't really lived that long and played a lot of basketball, and that's what excites me from watching all the superstars that came out of college basketball. I've watched them grow up, and some I grew up like with, being a little younger than Cynthia, and then just watching Cynthia when she was in high school, I was in high school, and just watching her go through the stages all the way overseas and everything and come back. It's just amazing to watch. Yeah, she does. She does being great brings hate. Yeah, that kind of hate, like being great. That kind of hate, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, they had criticism for her game, or people criticize, oh, she's going after the Caitlin Clark. Right? I think she's just playing that. Juju's always been a scorer. Like, nobody. I mean, if that's the goal, a number, it's not her personally, but if the goal is to do this number or to be the best, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what sports are for. I love the sophomore and juniors in college. Yeah, I mean, I just can't wait. The class of 2027 and 2028. Now I'm starting to fall in love with the class of Ken Dog and Jazzy and Sarah and Joyce, and then the class of, Jazzy and Zakaya and all of them. Like, I just love watching that. Now there's Aubrey and there's, Chavez, and there's plenty more I'm probably missing. I'm sure Parchment. There's just a lot of players, and that's what I love about the game. Like, because when I watched in the 90s or 80s, it's like it'd be one star on a team. You're lucky to have two, and that was it. It wouldn't be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, star players, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on a team that you could, fall in love with. So I was like, yeah. But so I'm gonna close it up, y'all. I'm getting ready to go eat. Take my dog out. She's bugging me. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. I probably caught some of you on your lunch break. Thanks for spending it with me, listening to my voice as you drive, as you work, as you do whatever. Bear Beauty, you were here earlier. All of you guys, Goat Juju, always rocking with me. Jay, always rocking with me. D, always rocking with me. RC, always rocking with me. Bree, Kyrie, Aisha, all of you guys. And hopefully I didn't miss any names. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. Come back up, and I'll see you all soon. Peace out. I'll be at the game tomorrow, and fight on, go Trojans.